and anyone that joins in can join in. So let's start with, right from the bottom, we'll have TrueH3RO versus Melthiah. Just disappeared. Don't let me logged on. There he is. Alright. Alright, so let's go with the first match. Alright, let's pause for a bit and kind of look at the box. But already by the first ban, it's kind of interesting that Hero has banned Egbert first. So obviously scared of the teleport acid burns. And very unique boxes on both sides. First of all, you see Grenier here. That's already rare. What the heck is going on here? Grenier is too good at this. And on the left side we have Melthiah Draconis, and he's using a rush box, and it's kind of interesting since he's running Luna for speed up, Olivia also for just kind of like a wide range, 5-range AoE. Yeah, so let's keep on going and let's look at the bans. So first ban being Residential, pretty typical when you have a debuff box, and he first picks Iris in this case, very interesting. On his, I would probably pick more of a damage or a faction buffer, since it looks like he is going for a rushdown. Then he first picks Bolzol, so I guess he's going for the faction buff here. And in Hero's case, because he knows Melthiah is going for a rush, he first picked Olandis in this case. Alright, so just kind of slowing down a bit. Looks like TrueH3RO followed up getting Lolly Chess. Both of them aren't really taking tanks, however it looks like Hero only has 2 tanks here. And he's running Luna as well. It's been a while since you see Luna in a lot of Apex boxes, but she's apparently in both of them. Probably he banned Luna earlier because he was planning to choose Lolly Jessica here. Alright, double ban healer here from Melthiah. Now he's going to pick Kruger, which is pretty fitting since he is going almost full dark right now. If I were him, he's probably going to be picking Vincent next. Just based on the kind of picks that he's doing right now. Hero's part, he kind of knows that Dark is coming in, but Melthiah doesn't really have any tanks, so he can kind of do a rush down over here. So we'll kind of see who he picks here. So he bans Cloterra Francia, which is kind of interesting. Cloterra I can understand, but I probably wouldn't ban Francia at this time. I'd probably ban Vincent. On Hero's part, he is going to pick Omega. Okay. So Omega is going to be a very interesting pick. I know he can kill Bolzol. Bolzol doesn't have that high of skill. I forgot Kruger's. I think his like 150 or something. Alright, bans Luna and Helena. Luna just to prevent Omega from going crazy. Yep, here's the Vincent pick following the faction buff. And on Hero's part, it's not really too synergistic right now. If I were him, I'd probably choose not even a tank. A tank doesn't even help him in this place. Probably Bolzol in order to help Omega actually secure kills. And on his part, probably he would need to ban Juggler in this case. Okay, in this case he bans Olivia and Imelda. So he's going to let Melthiah take either Oldlandius or Juggler. I guess he's thinking that since Lolly Jessica can magic go past a lot of Juggler's abilities, and as well as with Mega being able to just guard bypass. He chooses Bernhard in this case. Bernhard isn't really the most solid of pick here, I would say, because Bernhard doesn't really faction buff anyone on his team. In addition, that he is very weak against magic, which both Bolzo and Kruger are going to take him down. The only thing that it does help a little bit is Vincent's AoEs. So over here we're going to have Melthiah ban. He bans Bolzo and Crimsonia, which is pretty fitting because he's pretty much going an AoE route. He's not really worrying about Grenier or Hilda being picked. In addition, he wants to make sure he doesn't get Bolzo, which would buff his Mega, which would secure a lot, most of the skills. Alright, next, final Juggler, which is pretty much expected. And TrueH3RO chooses Hilda in this case. Yeah, so let's go ahead and begin. Let's zoom out a bit. So let's just take a little bit look at the troops. So we have Crystal Warlock Bolzo, 93 skill, can easily be killed by a Mega. He's running double AoE Dark Bolts. Pretty standard on Vincent's part as well. He's just going straight up AoE. Interesting, Juggler is going Stone Colossus, and I'm not sure who the Stone Colossus is for, since that would mean Volley just can one-shot him, and in addition, Bernhard's also strong against him. Kruger is also pretty standard and typical. He has very low health here and very low skill, so yeah, Omega can definitely kill him too. And basically same with Iris. All the key targets for Omega is one-shottable, and their defense is relatively low. So this is actually very strong on Hero's part, depending on how he plays with his Omega right now. Let's look at Hero's side. So Omega has his 3C surprise attack. Oh, he ran Knowing Strike. Interesting. So he's not deciding to run Lone Shadow with Cold Blood. I'm not sure if that would be the best decision, especially in the case where having a double move again, especially with such low health. Well, he doesn't know that ahead of time, but in order to kill both Kruger and Bolzo, who he can definitely triple. Yeah, so the extra movement would definitely help there. Bernhard that is a very high defense Bernhard, by the way. Extremely low attack, but very high attack. Yeah, pretty standard. He's running Sword Dance. He's running faction buff with Sage of Trees, which is kind of interesting since I guess it does faction buff Bernhard as well, but it's mostly just for himself here. In retrospective, it doesn't really hurt anyone on the other side. It does definitely affect Kruger, and I guess that's why he brought Stone Colossus, but at that point you might as well be War Wolves, honestly, and Vincent doesn't even care about it. So I probably wouldn't have brought faction buff, but I don't think that's too bad of an idea. Finally, we have Light Genesis, who brought Fireball and 3C Teleport. Given that TrueH3RO doesn't really have any faction buff for Omega, and she has faction buff from Hilda, but I probably would have brought 3C, Strengthen, and Teleport. And the Strengthen would be for Omega here. Omega really does need attack boost in order to solidify kills, though I am pretty confident that he would kill them. Alright, so let's go ahead and play. So he starts us off with a teleport, okay. He can't get anything. This is that is a teleport, my friends. That is a teleport. Okay, so now she moves down. That's okay. He then uses Evil Overwhelming on the tank. That's really no problem. Just pretty much standard opening plays. Triton over here. Just a little bit of spacing going around. Probably nothing too big is going to happen on this first turn. Alright, so Iris goes ahead and teleports Vincent, and wait, Hero's going in on Vincent. This, I guess that's all he can do at this point, but I guess that's really the problem when you teleport first turn with Light Genesis and Omega here. Vincent is very strong right now. The one problem with with Vincent at this very location is that the only person he could hit was Hilda and Omega. So let's go back here. So if in this case he just pulled back a bit, maybe like, oh, he even put it in the mountain, so he could only throw that 2. So it's a little bit even harder. But if he moved back 2, he would be fine. At most, Vincent would move all the way to the front and do an Emerald Crush, which would very much hurt Omega, and probably afterwards he would follow up with the 3C from Great Sage, and then Vincent would try to 3C Omega up here to see if he could kill. That's probably the only thing that would really happen at this point. Omega's kind of like all on his own, and he's pretty much dead here. So let's go ahead and see what happens. So he goes in, most likely kills because he has Dark Elf Snipers, but this 3C will pretty much hurt Omega here. Okay, wow. That did over half of Omega's health here. So given that situation, if Omega pulls back, Vincent will just come in 2C and pretty much get a double hit and guaranteed Omega kill. There is still a possibility that Hero can still win afterwards. We'll see what happens here. Yeah, Omega dies. Alright, faction buff. Vincent just pulls back, he's gonna heal up. And it's gonna be a slow push. Yep. So the only real worry that Melthiah has to worry about now is pretty much the Lolly Jessica. And that's because Lolly Jessica can hit in front of him. But he does get the freeze proc, and that is gonna really suck for Melthiah. Oh wow, okay, so she actually blinks herself to Hilda and she got freeze proc. But and 1750 and 4 stack. She is pretty much pumped. The question is, who would she aim for in this case? The one thing that we can definitely guarantee is that she will one-hit KO someone. But the question is, in this type of situation, who would she even want to one-hit kill? Like, Kruger is dangerous, Bolzel is dangerous for her now. Vincent is dangerous as well, since he didn't actually even attack Omega. He did lose 1 life, so he would die. Juggler he can kill, but then at this point, what he has left, and given he doesn't have a healer, there's not really anyone that he can aim for. So he goes ahead and kills Vincent. I think Vincent not being the most crucial to kill. But we'll see. Alright, Juggler just he shocks to keep her in place. I don't think that's too big of a deal. He moves Hilda there in order to defend Lolly Jess. Most likely he's healing to go True Hero to push up his units. Yep. So first AoE down, probably does a lot of damage. And he's gonna follow up with the second by Kruger, which this will most likely kill Lolly Jessica here. Guess not. Alright, there's sword dance here, but it's pretty much at a point where he's just gonna do another AoE and it will kill Lollygess and pretty much hurt everyone else. And without heals, it's pretty over. Alright, and so that is kind of the first match, and we see that Melthiah has won against TrueH3RO. So let's go on to match number 2. Alright, starting us off, TrueH3RO again bans Egbert. Must be a really scary champion. Hey Maddie, what's up? Reviewing some Prime Grenier Apex box amazingness. Alright, so following that, we have a Resentio ban. Pretty much same as usual. Iris first pick. I'm actually curious on why he continuously first picks Iris. Is Iris really that important that he has to first pick it? Since he has Imelda, Florentia, and Licorice, and he's a rush box, it's a little interesting there. Alright, this time he bans Bolzo and Bernhardt. Alright. He first picks Bakyra this time. That's interesting. So, interesting that he bans Bernhardt in this case. If he chose Bakyra, I'd probably ban like Luna or something based on his thought process. Ban the characters that prevent Bakyra from killing. Alright, bans Omega and Illustrial. Illustrial isn't very good at this map, but alright. Second picks Juggler, so I guess he does want to go tank this time. This is also one of the good maps for Juggler. Bans Luna and Vincent. Alright, that makes sense. I wouldn't have banned Vincent this time because he does have Bakyra, who is pretty much anti-AoE, and the fact that Vincent doesn't have a faction buffer yet. Alright, he picks Bolzo in this case. Essentially, it's just a faction buffer for Bakyra. That's probably the only reason why he selected it. Alright, he bans Luna and T-Jess, basically initiators for Bakyra. He chooses Oldmandias in this case. Faction buffer. If I were Melthiah, let's see. There's not really too much more solid picks. It's not fully synergistic, in which there is a lot of buffs to kind of move around. Because after Bernhardt's kind of banned, he doesn't have a faction buffer for characters like Flotaire and Olivia. And in addition, once Bolzo is banned, he does have Licorice, so he does have a few other faction buffers. But a lot of his characters are now faction buffless. So I guess he chose Oldmandias, which is actually really good in order to give faction buff to Juggler in this case. And in addition, he doesn't die as easily to Bakyra. Alright, after that, following Wally, Bolzo, and Kruger ban. So I could get down behind that. Alright, TrueH3RO just goes ahead and picks his healer now. Anna, he gets Crimsonia and Lena ban. Alright, and Melthiah decides to choose Imelda. This is... I'm not sure why. It's very interesting because right now Imelda doesn't have anyone to faction or to whip. The only character that he currently has to whip is Juggler. And in addition, he has another support of Iris, which there's essentially no one to teleport right now. And the people that you'd probably want to whip or teleport are either Ares or Clotaire here. Most likely Ares. If I were Melthiah, I would have definitely chosen Ares here. And if he got the whip later, that would be amazing. That'd be great for him. Alright. Of course, Ares Clotaire ban. I would do the same. If he chose 3 healers, that'd be ridiculous. Alright, and then on Hero's part, if he were to choose, he's probably not too worried about having a tank, especially against Melthiah in this case. However, most likely he would choose Old Mandius. Old Mandius with faction buff does take care of Bolzel and Bakyra here. Yep, here it is. And I guess Melthiah chooses Olivier. Yeah, bans those two. Yeah, and I predict that TrueH3RO will be true to all of us and choose Grenier. He is the people's champion. Of course. This is why he's I am speechless. Alright, let's go. Bo Grenier, carry us. Okay, let's not pull away from Bo Grenier because he is actually very tanky, given that he does have his 3C and tenacity. He goes attack and defense up by 10%, and he does have bow rangers, which gives him pretty much a 50% damage reduction. So he actually does have a lot of damage reduction due to having good soldier choice. It's kind of the only thing he has going. Anyways, pretty much, okay, in Bolzel's case, he did bring Sleep, Black Hole, and Silence. Faction buff from Old Mandius and standard on Liana. On Melthiah's side, we have Olivier with 3C, 2C, aim, faction buff, standard, and standard whip. So Melthiah's case is going to be a little bit questionable what she's going to be doing. Because I guess she can teleport Juggler in order to kind of blink next to Grenier to do some damage, followed up by a whipped Olivier, which might do some decent damage, but we'll see. Alright, so instead she goes ahead and whips Dog, who will then be able to move in pretty much about first turn. Alright, faction buff. So he's teleporting Olivier in already. So just based on this, he's already in threat range. So 3 plus aim 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he can basically hit everyone but Bakyra here. If we look at Grenier, he does need 7 stacks for his faction buff, or for his exclusive. I'm not sure how he's going to get that. He only has basically 3 here. He might get a few more from Liana. He can give Gospel, but he's definitely not going to get the 50% counterattack bonus from his exclusive. We'll see how it goes though. In addition, Bakyra, as you can see, her threat range is basically one after Olivier. So that's why he teleported over here. Alright, so she starts with the Gospel on Bakyra, which is interesting. I don't think she really needed it, but I guess to do something. Alright, so he wait, is he going in now? Wait. Okay, so he does damage, Bakyra will just heal back up, and now she just kills him. Alright, yeah, Olivier went ahead and died. Follow up by 3C from Old Mandius. So pretty much no one really gets damaged here. The only one really affected is Bolzel. And given that he didn't clock, Bolzel can just go from the top. Oh, it does affect Grenier. Okay. Damn you, Grenier, for having Bolt Rangers. affected by Hollandians. Alright, and she could just heal. Alright, let's continue. So he just does a straight up attack on Sage of Trees, does 1 health. And if anyone's curious, after this, let's take a look at stats. Fully heals. So if we look at Old Bandits, he does have 620, but his... Wow, that is very low health. He only has under 8,000 health here. In the case of Crystal Warlocks, a little bit low. It looks like it does 70. On Bakyra's side, she does only have 1329 int. So that is actually a very low health Great Sage. I would not actually expect them to die from a shot from Bakyra. Alright, continuing. So 3C back, probably to clear a bunch of tiles. So they're just kind of slowly pushing up. Juggler does a 3C in. Oh, and he jumps all the way at the bottom. That's very interesting. Most likely he wants to... I've never actually seen Grenier's 3C. Okay, let's see that again. I need to see his 3C again. You will never see Grenier's 3C again. He has a smile and confetti coming beside him. That's amazing. Alright, from Hero's side, he's probably gonna act again, Bolzel and Sleep Juggler. That's probably the best course. What do I know? Alright, act again, kill Melthiah. Oh, and the disrespect, he just auto attacks. He doesn't even attack. Wait. Oh my god. This Sage of the Trees is not equipped. No, he has armors, but he doesn't have a weapon. Wait, he can't even have armor. His health is too low. Oh, poor guy. Yeah, as you can see with Faction Buff, he only has 1,000, but standardly, if you have like subpar equipments, this should be about 1,400 to 1,500 int. Oh, that sucks. Alright, he just moves Bakyra back. Yeah, interesting thing about Bakyra though. So he does have Starshine, so what he could have done if he really wanted is he could have attacked Old Andy's here and just blink back 3 spaces right here. Or that, or let's see. So, oh, wow, never mind. He has movement +5. Yeah, I still would have done it. In my case, I would have probably blinked here. Juggler would not be able to reach, and even if he did, you can go ahead and both will sleep him, which would pretty much put him out of commission. Afterwards, you could just auto attack with Sage of the Trees and heal up Bakyra. Anyways, following. Nah, it's not that bonds aren't not max. He's not equipped. He probably, for dimensional exploration or something, put the equip on a different champion. Wow, that was a crazy silence. Without that silence, he could have probably taken at least 1 life out of Old Landius with B-Shock. Alright, bit heals going. He goes and sleeps Old Landius. That's just insult to injury here. Oh, let's Alright. Let's talk about a few things. 1, Grenier puts a thumbs up flag when he 3Cs, and when he moves around, he places a tile. Okay, and in addition, he did only Bolt Rangers really died, but then Juggler he didn't really have any buffs after he 3C. It kind of all disappeared at that point. So with only 1800 attack, it wouldn't have killed Grenier for sure. I think the one problem here is that Grenier doesn't have Revive. But I digress. We must look at Grenier's glory. We'll never see him again. That's my boy. Alright, continuing on. Alright, Bakyra goes ahead and kills Atlandius. She bounces, goes into Grenier's. He attacks, does 4000 damage. Alright, and this match went to TrueH3RO. Alright, congratulations to both players. It was 1-1. A little unfortunate on the old Landius, but for TrueH3RO it was pretty good plays, especially with his Bakyra. It was a little bit of a mistake at the beginning with Melthiah moving his Olivia at the very beginning. Probably in most cases you should prepare at least a little bit of a faction buff or a damage boost for one or the other. So when he goes straight in with the aggro, that Olivia follow can at least kill one of them. But let's go ahead and move on to the next match. So let's go ahead and move to the top, and we'll be doing Proto versus Falcon 4AN. Oop, not that one. Oh, it's a new day. People start doing their dailies. So, Melthiah, hello. No way. Tell me Proto. I have a friend in Proto at least. Or else finding him. Okay, here he is. He's all capitalized. That's a little annoying. Alright, on his card, let's go ahead and look at his heroic moments. I'll assume that this is the first match, so let's go ahead and start. So this match is Falcon 4AM versus Proto. As we can see, first band starting off is Bakyra in the Winter Hideaway map. So, hey Tenquin. So let's do a quick review of what we see at the box. So we see Falcon 4AM, he is running a slightly bit of a time box with Yusuke, and in addition he does have Lucretia, Bakyra, Lolly, Jessica, Helena. So very strong meta. He does have Albedo here, which is very interesting. He has Albedo, Helena, so he's essentially running a 2-tank box, and his third sub-tank would be Bernhardt in this case. And in addition, for healers, he has 3 healers. So ever since with the exclusive of Lolly Jessica, he's using her as an exclusive healer, and she could sub as a pretty good DPS as well. On Proto side, we see, okay, he has a Demon Zeradev. That is me, Marie. I could just imagine he's running Zeradev with Divine Scepter just for a 2-range meme, or a 3-range meme. We'll see. He's also running Bakyra. He's running a bit of a dark box with slights of Himiko, Ares, and Lolites, who are pretty much not really good in any box. Yeah, let's go ahead and begin then. So first ban, he goes ahead and chooses Hilda. Falcon decides to go first pick Elwyn, and Most likely the reason is Proto only actually has 2 tanks, Juggler and Hilda, and sub tank with Bernhardt. Elwyn's extremely strong against Juggler, as we all know, even if Juggler brings Stone Colossus. Bringing Stone Colossus just means that he'll get one shot by Lucretia, unfortunately. So double tank banned by Proto. Let's see what Falcon does. If he's just gonna do a rushdown or not. So 2 magic ban, Falcon choosing Lolly Jessica. Pretty good synergy. Proto banning both healers. Choosing Resentio, which is kind of an interesting pick. Resentio would be good if Juggler doesn't have a heal buff. How many? Let me go. How many reviews are we doing? We'll kind of see how it goes. I'll probably do for maybe 30 minutes to an hour more. So depending on how fast I do reviews, I can get maybe 2 or 3 more. So let's go. Moving on. Zerda Olvandius ban, and he chooses Lolly Licorice over here because he wants a healer. Bans Bernhardt and Helena here, and Proto, if he's select, it's a little bit of a tough time. But if I were him, given what I see over here, Ares would be a great pick. Alright, he chooses Bernhardt. Sounds good. Ares Himiko is banned. Next is Himiko on the opposing side. As we can see, the Lucretia hasn't been picked yet. I bet that is very much a ban bait. Ares and D-Lit is banned. Ultimuller. And last click, I bet she's gonna pick Lucretia. Even if it's ban bait, you build it anyway, just in case. Okay, never mind. He chooses Yusuke over Lucretia. What am I thinking? And he's gonna choose another healer at the end. Given that he has a Bernhardt, he would definitely be choosing Florentia here. And then he'll also be using Bernhardt to give factory buff to Ultimuller. Yep. Alright, let's go ahead again. Alright, let's do a quick review. So we have Elwyn's pretty standard. Himiko, she is actually not bringing 3C. She's actually bringing mostly single target. So she has the pushback ceiling technique and attack guard bypass. That's weird. But hey, it could work. Lolly Jessica, regular. He's not running his 3C. That is equally very interesting. With heavy infantries, if he runs his 3C, or even maybe Spirit Gun, he should be able to one-shot this Juggler because he's running Stone Colossus. Finally, we have Licorice, who's running basically Mass Heal, Mass Protect, and Retribution. Huh? Let's see, Mass Heal does make sense. She doesn't have a faction buff for herself, so it won't get the exclusive equipment. The Mass Protect is useful against Bernhardt, I guess. And Retribution is just... we'll see. Maybe you can dispel Juggler's Triton, his water. Alright, on the Proto side we have a 5-star Florentia, we have a Bernhardt root running Hoplites. This will definitely not be dying to Elwyn if it's decently built, which it does look like it is. Pretty much running a Swordent build. Given the amount of attack he has, it's most likely a Breeze Bernhardt. Juggler in this case, pretty standard, running Stone Colossus. This is a level 9 Stone Colossus, so it's not level 10. Ultimuller pretty much pretty standard, and Florencia is, I mean, Rosential is bringing Ice Dragon Breath, which is interesting. I don't really think he needs the extra AoE with Rosential here. The goal of Proto would probably be to sweep with Bernhardt and Ultimuller and hope that they don't die. He needs to basically kill Lolly Jessica here. On Falcon's side, he just needs to really kill Juggler or kill one of these two with Lolly Jessica, and that would be his win condition. Yeah, Licorice has extremely low int. With faction buff, she should have about 1100 int, I believe. Alright, so she teleports Himiko all the way in. Alright, let's go to the next step first. So she's already going to be going in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So she's basically going to do a full hit with nothing. She's also running swords. I forgot she's not running 3C. So that means ultimately just really needs to move up a little bit and he's fine. No. Ultimuller could just move on top of Himiko, use his Dragon Dance, and kill Light Genesis. He's running a Ragnarok. That's basically his win condition. Okay, well, let's see what he does. Okay, he does a faction buff with Bernhardt. Oh, it needs 3 people to act again? Ah, that makes sense. I forgot about that. Alright, sealing technique. Does nothing really. It actually gets rid of everything on Juggler, which is pretty shabby. He could probably heal it off with Rosential. We'll see. Alright, Elwyn moving at the top. If we look at his movement, he pretty much can hit anyone over here, except for Rosential. And with Florencia, he does only have 4, but he can do a 3C and make a play if he really needs to. So, and let's just go ahead and see what he does. Okay, never mind, he does a rush with Bernhardt here. He moves back, so he's outside the range of Elwyn. Alright, he erupts over here. He goes ahead and 3Cs with Juggler in order to defend his units. Himiko taking a lot of damage. She 2Cs Juggler. Let's see what it took from him. Wait, did she take Triton? She took Triton. That's hilarious. Good stuff. However, Juggler is slow on Thumb Colossus, meaning Elwyn can come in and just kill Juggler at this point. Same thing with Light of Genesis, so he needs to be a little bit careful here. Yeah, I know, right? Great Dragon Barrier right here. He took both of them. These games are hilarious. Alright, he's going in with Reign of Glory. He's going to attack one of them. We'll see if this can kill or not, given that he does get damage reduction. He barely lives with the Slipper over here, followed up by a 3C from Florencia. It won't do a full heal here. Kind of interesting that she does 3C right here though, because you know that Light Genesis teleport is still on downtime. And so there's actually nothing that Falcon can follow up right now. And Licorice is all the way in the back. So instead of doing a 3C with Florencia first, what he could have done is many things. If he just did a sword dance right here, he could have killed Himiko, and then followed up with killing with Ultimuller. And at the very end, he could 3C and act again either Ultimuller and Bernhardt and finish off Elwyn. So that's a 2-for-0 trade. He does battle support to Juggler in this case. Goes ahead and does the first hit on Elwyn. This should go ahead and take the life. Bernhardt can then follow up with Sword Dance, killing both. Alright, next turn, Yusuke is probably going to come in and kill Juggler here. So Yusuke probably come in and kill Juggler, Light Genesis teleports and kills whoever doesn't move afterwards. Alright, that's one down. Proto, what's the next move in this case? Okay, he backs up. Teleport from Falcon probably kills Bernhardt here. I think he was a little too passive with Ultimuller here, and he could have definitely had better plays. Kept him closer so he can at least move his Ultimuller in order to kill. Instead, he's moving back in order to kind of top off Ultimuller in this case. And what will happen is that, yeah, we have Yusuke just running all the way up, and Yusuke's got to die from a one hit from Ultimuller. He is able to go all the way to Light Genesis. Unable to kill. Wait. He did not have a Ragnarok. That should have killed. That kind of sucks. That probably could have brought it back. Yeah, Ragnarok with 100% kill, followed up by Mass Crystal Heal. I forgot he didn't bring 3C. Bring the Ice Dragon Breath being pretty much useless here. And would have topped off Ultimuller. And given that he did not use Florentia, he could have again in order to attack Yusuke here. He could have double attacked Yusuke and kill. Alright, Mass Crystal here. Most likely he will attack Yusuke, move again, Ultimuller. The question is, now that you're in this situation, who do you kill? Yusuke is actually more... I would say you should kill... It's probably Lolijess. I would probably kill Lolijess in this situation. It's really hard to say. Alright, he brings everyone in. 3. Maybe he do a double kill here. So he does a 3C on Yusuke. Okay, he's running a Peacemaker. Oh my god, that's 2 times. That's 2 times that he suffered from not having a Ragnarok. This is a painful game. Oof, if that was the case, he could have just at least did a 3C on Lolly Jessica and Licorice, and he would have at least had a 1v1. Oh, his 3C down to kill. Okay, then that makes sense. Let me check Kata. I think you're right. Yeah, you're right. His 3C was down. Either way, it's all very painful. Alright, so it's pretty much over from here. Let's go back a little bit to what you were talking about earlier, Kata. Yeah, so right, he did have one more turn of faction buff, and in this case, given what we saw of the Dragon Dance, he could have moved all the way down here and did a single target attack and killed Yusuke. The only problem would be that Light of Genesis would be able to kill Ultimate right after, because she does have teleport, and then she could do a 1C. So if he were to kill, he'd probably have to attack here and hope that Resentia would heal him back up enough with her passive. Anyways, so let's kind of move, and yeah, that's game. Alright, let's move to the second game. Alright, first bank Bakyra. First bank Tank and Hilda. So we have Elwyn first pick again. So pretty much he's following the same pattern, which he bans Hilda because he knows his Elwyn is strong against juggler. That's all Proto kind of has. At the words double heal ban. Alright, Residential Ares ban very early on this time. He chooses Florentia. Gets rid of Bernhardt and Ultimuller in order to prevent Florentia faction buff here. This Florentia already has her faction buff. Bans Lolly Jess and Lena. Alright, chooses Lolly Jess. Sarah to Ares. Oh, he chooses what's her name again? What's her name? I already forgot her name. Cause I don't got her. Kyra and Himiko was banned at the very end. Yusuke pick. And finally there was a Kruger pick at the end. So that's actually not too bad of a pick, given that you do have a faction buff here from Old Landius. Old Landius also faction buffing Juggler, so overall I think it was a pretty solid last pick in comparison of choosing between both of them. Interesting though that Proto does have a Demon Bozel and a Demon Zerda. Yeah, the Licorice is pretty weak, and well, we would have to see how strong his other units are, because Licorice is still pretty much a solid unit. Alright, let's go ahead and begin. Alright, let's have a quick look at stats and everything. So looking at Lucretia, she actually has pretty decent int, I think. I don't actually know the solid amount of int that she should have, but she's going AoE Lucretia. But why? But why? I'm baffled. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she could one-shot this juggler, but no. What do I know? 5-star, yeah, everything's still the same, except Bernhardt. Interesting, he brought Shield Bash with Bernhardt this time. I guess it does work in this case, since Shield Bash works against Juggler and everyone else. Other interesting thing is that his soldiers, he brought Guardian Infantry. Not exactly the best soldiers to bring with Bernhardt. Given that there's only a Old Endis, I'd still bring Werewolves. Does she? She needs 6-star and a Red Moon. But it's Stone Colossus. Yeah, exactly. That's yeah, it's Stone Colossus. Alright. On Proto's side, he's running Stone Colossus again because of Elwyn. Pretty much typical. He's running Dark Dragon, 3C, faction buff. He's bringing Light Array. I guess this is kind of a tech chose to go against Elwyn here, where Elwyn's bringing Steelwing Warriors for some reason. I'm not too fond of this. I would still be bringing Unicorns. Pretty typical, pretty typical. Alright, let's start. Moves around, starts off with light array. Alright, evil overwhelming, probably interesting. Use it on Lucretia. I guess it was a good play since Lucretia just went straight to the middle. Overlord's Ambition. Alright. Okay, so he's healing preemptively, so that means that he wants to go in now. Yeah, even with us, yeah. I don't think he needed to do a heal at this very moment. I think that's a little bit too preemptive. Small stuff though. Alright, rush with Lucretia, but she's running a... Wow. She got a black hole due to rush, which I don't think that's too dangerous for her. And he also has Bernhardt. So that was a crazy Tenyo. If he had a sword dance, that would have been amazing. He could go all the way over here, he could sword dance the whole team. But since he only has shield bash, he could probably just... He could do a lot of damage to Juggler. If it wasn't Guardian Infantry, I would say it's a one-shot. But given its Stone Colossus, it may still be a one-shot. We'll have to see. Alright, pushing back. There's a heal from Proto. Alright, Psychic Eruption. Oh, one other thing to mention to everyone is that Falcon has chosen actually really good troop choices. So what he's done is that he's chosen Elwyn in order to bait Proto into choosing Stone Colossus here. And after that, he basically chose everyone to have infantry units that is basically physical damage. So pretty smart play on his part over there. Proto looks to be kind of jumping all the way in with Juggler. Does quite a bit of decent damage. Wow. Bernhardt just goes all the way in. Almost kills, but unfortunately does not. Proto teleports Kruger all the way inside. He tries to 3C Bernhardt but fails. I guess it does a little bit make sense because he wants them to be near Juggler. The one thing that he has to probably pray for now is that Lucretia AoE is not able to kill Kruger. He's pretty much low on health though. And in this case, Light Genesis was unable to deal a lot of damage to Bernhardt. Alright, let's keep going. Alright, he uses 3C as a full-on heal for everyone. Plays Rush on Lucretia. I don't think he really needed to do that on that part. Alright, he just goes ahead and hits Juggler, almost kills him. Definitely due to the troops. If he was full health, Juggler would be dead. This actually might be the game breaker with Kruger doing a full AoE. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's go back here. We have a silence on Elwyn. Wait, he's bringing Roar? Huh, interesting. I would have brought Frontal Assault, but I guess it's not too bad as long as he's bringing Sword Soul. Bernhardt's almost dead. Also Silence. Silence here. She is buff blocked and she has damage reduction over here. Double damage reduction. Damage taken plus 20, damage decrease. Yeah, those are some really good debuffs. Alright, Bernhardt went ahead and died. Juggler's still living. Very unfortunate for Falcon. So right now he can actually just move his Lolly Jessica in order to kill Elwyn here because poor positioning. Yeah, so Elwyn can die here, or he could kill Lucretia right here with the AoE. Most likely best decision would be to kill Elwyn here because he doesn't have, he's silenced and he doesn't have the second health. And with the heal, and given that Lucretia's AoE build, it will heal Juggler enough, so it'll just heal his party. Yep. Alright, going as planned. Oof, alright. One hit, probably an interesting. Alright, healing up. I probably would have acted again Yusuke here. Alright, 3C going on. Basically healing Juggler quite a bit. Rushing to get Olandis all the way there. Pretty good decision. She does do a 3C. Sorry, not 3C, but her AoE. I think its AoE is pretty OP. Prevents healing and buffs. That's probably one of the reasons why AoE Lucretia is pretty viable. But her 3C is just so good. Alright, Juggler getting hit here. Alright, Save Trees just doing a little bit of damage to Yusuke. Not too much. Beast Shock, okay. That worked. I don't see Falcon winning anymore, but we'll kind of see. Yeah, with AoE kills, and yeah, Proto gets the game. So congratulations to both Falcon and Proto, in this case, going 1-1. Alright, let's go to the next one. Let's review Wax here. So from Floating City, let's do Wax. Alright, going to Wax, let's look at his heroic moments. So I'll be reviewing him versus Bakyra and Playfasterpls. Looks like he played all 4 of them, so he wants to review all 4. So let's just kind of go down the line here, and I'll go against time-based. So let's go first game. So this is Wax versus Playfasterpls. Okay, let's have a quick look at their boxes. So as we can see from box, he looks like a very heavy reincarnation player just from first sight. But if I look at it a little bit deeper, it does have a lot of Empire as well. So it's kind of Empire reincarnation with Werner, Mariel, Florentia. It's basically about maybe 4 reincarnation, then the rest is Empire. Except for Bakyra. Bakyra is kind of just stuck in there because she's good. We have Lucretia, we have Elwyn, Bernhardt, Helena. Pretty solid box, I'd say. Alright, and Playfasterpls. Given that I already see a Gizroth, you don't usually run Gizroth unless you're going mythical. And so, likewise, when we go down, we do see he has a lot of mythical characters. One thing to note is that he does have SP Sherry here. SP Sherry being Light Princess. Does he have any faction buffers for her? Wait, she's Light Princess Meteor, but yeah, I don't really see any faction buffers for SP Sherry, interestingly enough. Could be effective with just like a strengthen from Lolly Jessica or Florentia. We'll see what happens. Alright, let's go to pick ban. So SP Sherry first banned, so we're not even gonna see her in the first place. And Wax first picks Bakyra. It makes sense since SP Sherry can run Angels. Bakyra definitely cannot kill her. Juggler Outlandius ban with a Hilda pick. Bakyra Florentia, so banning the healers early. Given that he does have Potential and Liana, he doesn't have to pick he doesn't have to pick Licorice, or he can't pick Licorice as a healer. That is true, Bakyra can kill if she has Dark Elf Snipers. But that's edge cases. It could be definitely effective. If you're aiming exactly for her, it would be very good. Alright, next he chooses Werner for mobility in this case. He pretty much forgoes all tanks. She can't get through, right? She can run a she could run that one item. I already forgot what that item's name is. Alright, Werner, he's pretty much foregoing all tanks, just kind of going all in, interestingly enough. Playfaster going a little bit more solid, chooses Bernhardt. Gets both his healers banned, so he's probably going to choose Licorice next. Wax choosing Florentia. So now that he's choosing Florentia, definitely for the movement buff. Licorice here, healer. He definitely wants to get rid of Outlandius there, so he doesn't stop his Werner. Chooses Volley Jessica here. Interesting that none of them are really scared of the new girl. Let's go ahead and get the final one. Choosing Helena. Are they ban bait for everyone? Everyone's just ban baiting. And finally Green is picked in the end. Interesting that he doesn't want to choose Gizroth in this case. It kind of makes sense since Gizroth doesn't really faction buff everyone, but in this case he might be bringing he will probably be bringing faction buff as Licorice, so she can activate her her exclusive, and Reem will be faction buffless. Alright, let's go ahead and begin. Alright, let's do just a quick check on everything. So we have Licorice over here, as we thought. Faction buff, max protect, mass heal, prevents the heal blocks that might be coming in. Defensive, brings Stone Colossus, that pretty much is defensive against Werner, so Werner can't kill. Reed brings Steel, that's pretty much standard. Interesting, so I guess he decided not to bring faction buff on Hilda. Personally, I think what might be effective is if he just brought faction buff on Hilda and faction buff on, or it's kind of hard to say since Bernhardt always will be bringing faction buff, which will buff Hilda, and then Licorice needs her faction buff with bands, which buffs Bernhardt and Kruger. But I digress. Yeah, but what he's going for Kata is that he wants a faction buff on Kruger. Yeah. So on Wax's side, he brought this attack since he doesn't really have a clear faction buff. He brought Faceless on Bakyra. So with Faceless, he's going to be seeing if he can kill probably Licorice and Kruger. He definitely won't be killing Reem. Reem should be tanky enough to live through it. And then there's Light Genesis. Alright, let's continue. Alright, kind of going in, getting a Tenyos on Helena. Not too crazy. Speed Stance on Werner. She starts us off with faction buff. last attack, and he's probably gonna act again. Werner maybe? Okay, no. Alright, he's gonna teleport him to a location which he has 10 range, which he can go in. Alright, Spirit Unification here. Let's take a quick look before it goes on, who he's probably gonna be aiming for. He's probably gonna be aiming for Bernhardt, but he can't kill Bernhardt. Bernhardt should be way tanky enough that he won't die, even if he's sword. Yeah, if he goes in with Werner, it will fail. All right, we'll see. All right, tries to kill Kruger. Does he? Nice. Very nice. Very nice. That was definitely one of the characters I expected that would be able to die. For Werner, he can't aim for a ring from here, and Werner can. In very specific scenarios, can Werner kill Ring, and if Bernhardt is over here, it's 100% he will fail to kill Ring. I'm a Werner player, so I've tested all this. I pretty much know. So take it with a grain of salt, though. Alright, Helena goes in, Chivalries will do quite a bit of AoE damage over here. Alright, and she moves all the way in to do damage to Hilda. Interesting spot in which she selected it. She moved there for the forest tile, so that's pretty much effective too. Wait, why? Why? You can't rush Werner. In addition, what he should have done is he could go on Licorice right now. So as you can see, if he moves to this tile, he's exactly 10. It was actually a big mistake from Playfast. And he was not punished for it. So he's just gonna go in and... Oh wait, no, he is punished for it, sorry. He's 100% punished for it. But he's... yeah. Did he not count tiles? Alright, so... yeah, so with Reen doing his 3C, it lowered the health enough that he was unable to reach Licorice from the top tile. So as you can see from before, he was able to reach. And the requirement for him to reach was that he needs to go past two of these. So he needs to go through this and this forest tile. If Reen moves here, it forces Werner to have to move through one of these tiles, which causes him to be unable to kill Licorice. So very smart play by move play faster. Alright, goes in, hits Hilda. Probably should have just moved him back, knowing that he wasn't able to hit anyone anymore. Probably go into a defensive stance and reorganize himself. Alright, Bernhardt goes in and hits Kyra. She should be dead here. Yep. 3C heals up Wally Jess. Alright. Yeah, she just again our debuff. She's not killing anyone. She probably could kill Bernhardt. Yeah. Bernhardt's still dead. She's gonna die next turn though, from just the auto attack from Reen though. Moving on here, Werner kind of dies. She moves all the way back to attack Reen. Yeah, actually, Helena can move again and kill Reen next turn. Since Linkrish doesn't have a 3C. Yeah, Reen should die here. So this game is actually not that bad on Wax's favor anymore too, even with a few of those mistakes. So she's going to be healed on up, and Florentia herself is no longer debuffed. Faction buff here, and unfortunately Playfaster is playing a pure healer Licorice. Because of that, she doesn't have any ability to damage. If she had a transformation, it would be actually very good here. Just double checking. Yeah, she ran Mass Protect and Mass Heal. Alright, let's see how they chip each other. Alright, she just kind of stops, doesn't attack. Doesn't attack with Wally Jessica either. I guess she's kind of fearing killing herself. She needs to do something though. Alright, see how much damage you can do. Alright, Petal Storm. Okay, this is the time he needs to attack with Wally Jessica. Okay, he attacks with Florentia first, and now he attacks with Wally Jess. Alright, there's the kill. And then next turn he just kills with Wally Jessica. It doesn't matter how much he heals. Yep, double checking with Helena, that's fine. Just kill with Wally Jessica. Alright, so that is the first game. Wax going away with the win against Playfasterpls. That was actually a pretty interesting game. Let's go to the second one. Alright, second game over here. Alright, first ban again. SP Sherry must be a very scary thing. Wax getting his Bakyra banned first. Probably because it was a lot scary and it killed his Kruger in one shot. Brought a lot of fear into his eyes. So they both first picked Hilda in this case. Werner and Rosential ban. Werner probably being a little bit scary since he does enable and he is able to guard bypass against Playfaster. Wax first picking, second picking Wally Jess. Both healers down. Interesting. So one thing that's going very differently for Wax this time is that he actually doesn't really have a healer anymore. He's probably gonna force himself to pick Mariel in order to subvert the fact that he lost all three of his healers in the ban. Yeah, so let's continue. So he chooses Juggler, very interesting. Probably to go against the Ares pick. Alright, Rosential pick over here. Bans both buffers. Helena pick. Okay, Ares and Olandius pick, and he probably chooses Licorice. Yeah, this is actually a very solid team by Playfasterpls, and Wax decides to choose Elwyn then. If we're talking pretty much team-wise, I'd say Playfaster has a much better team synergy here. Given that he does have Rosential, I don't see Helena being able to punch through any of his team. In addition, Lolly Jess has to be a little bit careful against Thorn's proc and killing herself. The big thing would probably just be Juggler kind of doing a Beast Shock or 3C on Hilda, which is a little bit, which is something he can do since he's running a double tank. We'll see how it plays out though. Yeah, he does have a very big play, the Teleport Juggler. That is always a extremely scary play. So if he moves up a little bit too much, jungler can just 3C somewhere. TJS can just teleport jungler right next to Hilda and then kill anyone she wants. Alright. That's one of the big things that you always want to be scared of when you're pick banning. Like when they choose a juggler, that actually gives TJS a lot more power. And likewise, vice versa. If you give him TJS, juggler becomes scary. Alright, transform very early. Playing a little bit of footsies with each other, feeling each other's feet, saying this is my corridor, this is your corridor, let's stay away from each other for now. Yeah, this is gonna be an all-in game, and until it actually goes in, it's probably gonna be a little turtley. So likewise, now he's doing a faction buff. Oh, so Juggler is approaching, but Playfaster is pretty much doing a four-man cover of Hilda. Alright, Crystal Restoration here. Alright, good Dark Dragon Breath right there. Alright, Playfaster just kind of opting to move downwards. Still playing a little bit slow, which is interesting. Playfaster just going all the way in with Bernhardt. Wow. Taking first life of Hilda. That is not actually that surprising. Bernhardt can do that if it's a double Lancer. However, it does mean that Helena will be killing Bernhardt. Yep. It equally removing a bit of tiles here. Yep, has to get rid of the gap. Wax has to be a little bit careful. He doesn't have any healer technically since he is running juggler. I did not actually check. Let's do a double check over here. Yeah, he's running AoE Ares, which is kind of an interesting play. If I were him in this case, if I had the ability to flex, I'd probably go single target here. Single target just to aim at the juggler. Yeah, so he's already moving in his juggler all the way in, trapping in the Hilda. He is moving in his Ares, probably going to be moving into this spot right here. It will most likely not kill Helena since she has her heal. It might heal the Hilda though, we'll see. Last hit? Oof, almost. Yep, he's gonna kill the Licorice here since it's beast shocked. And then TJS will kill the Ares. We'll have to see. It's running angels and it's on trees. Okay, yeah, it still kills. Alright, and that's pretty much the game. I think the problem with this game with Playfaster was that he needed to push up as much as he could, but he played a little bit too aggressively, especially with his Bernhardt. He got a life out of the Hilda, but he wasn't able to capitalize or move on from there. The second problem was also with the Ares. Ares being an AoE in this case wouldn't be able to kill that many characters. And he doesn't really have anywhere that he could go. Yeah, but congratulations, Wax, on 2 wins. Let's go on to your other games with Bakyra. I think after these 2, I will be done. I've been streaming for a little bit and probably won't be able to take on all the games. So I think after this, there will be there's 3 other reviews that need to be done. So I'll leave that to some other people. Alright, so let's watch Bakyra's game. And I've seen some people call Bakyra's name. I'm not actually sure how people pronounce it. Is it Bakyra or Bakyra? I don't understand, but that's okay. Alright, so first ban, Vincent. I think Vincent is not exactly the scariest ban to always choose. It's more like a ban which you don't understand him. He is definitely a scary unit, especially in which he can go in and killing him does even more damage. But it's not like the end all be all. Alright, moving on. We have Residential ban. Oh, one other side kind of comment on Bakyra's. He is running a very dark box, dark mythical box. As we can see, we do have Haynes Old Golems over here, which is someone you don't usually see too often. Very cool guy though. Alright, banning Aka and Bakyra. Kind of getting rid of a bunch of speed. Wax first picking his juggler because he sees that Bakyra has a lot of AoE. Bakyra going ahead and banning all 3 of the healers already and picking Licorice in this case. He then gets interesting that he bans Werner on specifically the Floating Courtyard. Floating Courtyard is one of the worst maps for Werner. It's almost where Werner is essentially a dead pick. Himiko is definitely understandable though. He picks Kyra, gets Lolly Jess, and Ares ban. Ares always being a little bit strong. He's usually not that strong when you have a juggler though, but we'll have to see. Wax choosing all panties in order to buff up Kyra in this case. Alright, from Sonia. So that is an Origin Mythical. And is he? No, he's not dark. So last pick we'll have to see. Wax choosing his Werner. And Lucretia and Elwyn is banned. Lastly, we see a Bozel pick. So Bozel being able to buff up his Licorice for the exclusive is very good. And final pick, we'll have to see. Bernhardt. Okay. So Bernhardt to buff up the Werner. Alright, let's go ahead and begin. Alright, let's get some quick comments. Alright, so kind of looking at what we have Juggler. He is bringing 3C and Master of Ice, so he is pretty much committing to full AoE. Interestingly enough, since Wax does have Juggler on his side. It's a little bit understandable since Wax doesn't actually have a clear healer. He does have a Kyra though, which I guess makes him even more resilient to AoE. Ares bringing a single target. That is something that I was expecting from Playfasterpls' previous game. King of Red Moon, bringing full AoE, faction buff, and 3C and TC. Alright, and pretty typical, except Kyra, she is running Gospel here. He is not running faction buff. That's interesting. I would have thought Wax would have brought faction buff with Sage of Trees, especially when there's not really too much to be scared of. Alright, we'll see. So he starts with a Light Array to prevent these flying guys. It does kind of make sense. He has a lot of flying in, but he does have a Licorice and pretty much nulled everything. Yeah, so we have faction buff going in. So there's going to be pretty much a busting juggler plan here. And first turn, next turn, we're going to see Bolta go in pretty much debuff him out. The goal is not for damage, but to basically make sure that Ares can follow up with kill. Alright, let's go next. Alright, Gospels herself, make sure she can't get debuff. He just goes straight on in for damage. This is actually very smart because Juggler lost last rights here. Ooh, and a clock. That is very scary. Okay, with last rights gone on Juggler, this should be a kill with Ares. Depending on how strong his Ares is, of course. And also the fact that Bernhardt. Yeah. Unfortunately, Bernhardt are too strong, I guess. Yep, miss crit. Wait. Ooh. Why? Why Boltle? I guess he didn't really have anyone else that he could go after. Well, no, he could have went for Licorice, but he doesn't really have any help on his Bakyra or his Faceless. It's kind of awkward position to be in. It's kind of what you expected Bakyra to do though. Just looking at his box, he was going to go in first turn. Yeah, she lost the attack buff. Yep, she just moves back. He does another AoE. It's going to be a slow grind to get rid of all the heals. Alright, there's going to be a black hole right here. Ooh, it almost kills Bakyra, but she pretty much heals back to full health. This should kill the Boltle. Yep. Juggler will be doing a 3C jump in. Man, Bakyra and Warner is pretty carrying. Even though it's heavily in Sorta in Wax's favor, I don't see Bakyra losing here. Yeah, passive sealed. Okay, Ares dead. Crimsonia goes ahead and kills Burner here. Okay, Dark Despairs, that's also fine. I think he should have just killed Warner first. But he should still be dead. Alright, playing with his food. Masterpiece. Oh, did you mean? Oh, no. Yeah. Okay. Alright, Triton. Is a magic attack. Alright, it's basically a slow grind. So essentially what happened is that Bakyra basically AoE'd his way through a Bakyra and a Juggler. That's hilarious. And now he's basically blocking Wax out so he can't get out. Alright, nice push. Alright, that's one dead. And Juggler doesn't have enough health to live, so this is pretty much Bakyra's game. Alright, that's the first game. Let's go to the second. Resential banned first. Vincent banned first again. I guess Vincent's a very scary person. Especially when you just saw Bakyra just do an AoE right through Bakyra and Juggler. Wax probably understanding that and first picking a healer this time. Bakyra Juggler banned. Bakyra just doesn't want to have anti-AoE. And it makes sense, and that was actually really good bans. Gets rid of almost all of his problems there. Other than that, he chose Akka in order to initiate with all his AoE. Ares, Lena. Yeah, Hilda is going to be a little bit too slow in this. Tejas, okay. Got Ray, Mariel, and Liana. There's only a few ways that you can counter this type of play, and you can either get enough healers to prevent it, or kill his before he kills you. Or have a Juggler and Bakyra. You just need to either heal through it or kill him before he can get to you. Alright. He doesn't choose Eindhoven. Makes me sad. I want to see it. Alright, with basically his characters, he is pretty fast moving. He has Akka and Sage Trees. Green's gonna be very strong next turn, so will Himiko. Unlike his previous matches where he went in first turn, probably he will prep up Himiko and prep up Reen and go in first turn with Red Moon if Wax moves up even a little bit. Including Sage Trees, he will be providing the mythical buff for Green, as well as the 30% from Akka. Lucretia bringing in single target and AoE. I think the best choice would be to pull Lucretia back and move his puppet in, and in doing so he could just switch with Lucretia in order to start with the initiation. Faction buff with Old-Landius. Standard. Oh, he's bringing a Ram with Hilda. Not too sure on that part. And finally, regular on Florentia. Alright, let's begin. Starting off guard. Hot stuff. Yeah, Divine Incarnation, faction buffs, almost all of them, very strong. And his only faction buffs himself. So he is basically going to Spiritification himself, and next turn he is going to use Akka and pretty much go in with King Crimso. Just kidding. He is going to go even further and give a buff to his Reed. Wow, because of that Tenyo, he is just gonna go straight in with Reen and do a 3C. This actually could end the game right here. That was a really good play by Bakyra. I like it. I was thinking that maybe I would just go to King Red Moon. But he's just gonna go in, 3C his Lucretia, which hits the entire team. And yeah, that could be just game over right here. Oh, wait, let me look at his attack damage. 1520 attack. This is an attack ring here. That's a lot of damage here. Wow. Okay. That was a very good play by Bakyra. That pretty much might have solidified him the game. That's pretty insane. And then he's just gonna follow up with 3 Cs, more 2 Cs, and more damage. Yeah, this game's over. I don't see any way that Wax can come back from that good play with Reen. She gets hit. Yeah, this is not killing Reen. Yep, King of Crimson's coming in now. He killed Lolly just right there. This actually will not kill Reen, yeah. And Reen just gonna do another AoE here. I think he brought Fatal Slash. We'll see. Yeah, he brought Fatal Slash. This should kill Florentia, yeah. Insane attack. Wow, okay, that was a first turn, very strong play by Bakyra, and that kind of shows kind of the power of an attack Reen, as well as a very strong play from Akka. It wasn't that Reen got Tenyos, that is something that was very strong, but he didn't actually need the Tenyos to make that play. Very good review, or a very good match from Bakyra, and congratulations on 2 wins against Wax. Yeah. Alright, awesome. So let's go ahead and set that I have finished those games. There is 3 more games that is to be reviewed. It is getting a little bit late for me, so I think I will go ahead and end it here. So thanks everyone for watching. It was pretty interesting games. Alright, see you guys later.